Okay, the materials I found around my house are one piece of paper and two small plastic cups. And then I had 6 of these little craft sticks. Okay, and then I have some tape and some scissors. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of my popsicle sticks and I am going to put them together like that to make them one but longer. Okay, and the way I'm going to connect them is with my tape. You might have straws at your house or pipe cleaners, which are already long, and then you don't have to do this part. But if you don't have something long enough, it's not difficult to make something that's long enough. Okay, so I've taped this together, and now I have one longer stick. And I'm going to do that again for my other one. And I'm going to measure it because I want my sticks to be the same size. So I'm holding it in one hand, and this part's a little tricky. You can just lay it on top like that to see how to get it even. So now you can see mine are the same length. And put this one down and then tape this one. It's okay if you get your pieces of tape beforehand, because I'm older and it's easier for me to put a bunch of things in my hands and then work with them, but it's not as easy when you're a kid. So you can go ahead and cut your tape beforehand so that you don't have to worry about putting everything down and maybe not having the same height that you had before. Okay, so now I have my 2 goalpost sticks. And in the picture, you may have seen that they put the sticks into a hole that they made on their cup. If you have a paper cup that you found, then it's pretty easy to get it down in there. But it's not as easy with a plastic cup, and it can be a little dangerous trying to make a slit in your plastic cup. Or maybe you have a cup that you use in your house for drinking and you don't want to put any holes in that. So instead, I am going to tape it to the outside of my cup. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my piece of tape. And then we have the cup. And I'm just going to put it about halfway down, like that. And then I'll put a piece of tape across it, like that. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other one. So I'll get my piece of tape. And then I'm going to put this halfway down. I'm going to put it on the floor in front of me just so that I can see that they're kind of even, because we want it to be even as we can get it. Okay? And I put my tape across there. So now I have the 2 ends of my goalpost. Okay. Now I have my last 2 sticks. I'm going to do the same thing with them that I did with the other sticks. I'm going to put them together to make one longer stick. Okay? That's about how long I want it, because I want it, if you can see down there at the bottom, I want it to be able to connect to these 2 posts that I just made, all right? So you have to make sure you check that you don't make it too short or it won't go across. All right, and I'm going to put my tape around this just like I did the last ones. Okay, oh look, here's Obi the cat. He likes to help with steam. Okay, so I have this long one right here. Okay, whoop. Okay, Obi. All right. Now, this part, I'm going to get a little bit closer. Put these up on my knees so you can see it. So what I have to do now is take this and put it across these two cups like this. Okay? So what you're going to have to do is get a nice big piece of tape, and then you're going to have to connect it on an angle, all right? So I'll show you how to do that. I'm gonna put these down. I'm gonna get my nice piece, long piece of tape. Okay. And then I've got it like this, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my tape at an angle, if you can see that. Whoops. Okay, it's at an angle like that. And then I'm going to wrap the tape around. And then I will wrap the other side around like this. Okay. All right, so then I have it like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. This I'm going to do down on the floor because it's too difficult for me to do it up in the air. But you did see how I did it on the one side, okay? So I'll connect that really quickly. Okay, so this is what I have now. I have my goalpost for my footballs. This is where your paper comes in. I want you to fold this into 4 equal pieces. You do that by folding it over like a book. Like this. You'll want to do it on the surface instead of up in the air. I'm doing it up in the air so you can see it, but it's much easier to do it on the table or the floor or the desk, wherever you're making this, okay? So I've done that, and now I'm just going to fold that over like that. Okay. Then, when I open this back up, it will be divided into 4 pieces. Well, it's not pieces yet because we have to cut it, but it's 4 squares, okay? Now we're going to cut it. And I'm just going to use those lines to guide me. Cut along the lines. Your cutting doesn't have to be perfect, but try to make it as straight as you can so that when you do your experiment, you have papers that are roughly of the equal size. Because remember, in science, we always want the things that we're using to be of the same size, of the same weight, Otherwise, we don't get the correct results. So first, I'm going to fold this over like a book and then fold it down like I did with the big one. And then I'm going to fold it over like a book again. Okay, so now I have a little rectangle. Okay, that's one shape. And then for this one, I want to make a triangle. Okay, so I am going to fold down this all the way to the straight spot on the bottom. So it looks like that. And then I'm going to fold up that part like that. And I'm going to take this little piece that's on the edge and I will just fold it like that. Okay, so now I have this triangle shape and I am going to fold that triangle shape in half to make a smaller triangle shape. And then I'm going to fold that in half again so that I have this tiny triangle shape, okay? That's going to be another one of my footballs. This one, I think I'm just going to try to do something a little different. I'm going to fold in one corner like that. And then I'm going to fold in the other corner like that. And then I'll fold in the bottom corner. Like that. And I'll fold in this bottom corner. So I have that shape, and then I'm going to fold the whole thing in half, like that. And then I'm going to fold it in half again, like that. And then I'm going to fold it in half again, like this. Okay, so this time I have this odd shape, okay? And I just made that up. You can make up whatever shapes you want because you're going to be testing shapes to see which one flies through your goalpost better, okay? Which one is the most aerodynamic. And then with this last piece, I'm just going to crumple it up, okay? So now we've got a sphere of crumpled paper, okay? And then you will put your goalpost down. Let me see if I can change the angle so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, see how I have my goalpost down on the ground? And then I'm going to I'll take my crumpled up sphere, okay? And, well, if you have a cat, make sure that he's not in the way trying to eat your goalpost. Come on, Obi. Come on.
Obi. Obi.
Come over here, Obi.
Obi. Come on.
Come on, Obi. Oh, Obi, silly cat. Okay. Just gonna get Obi real quick. Bye, Obi.
Bye.
Okay. So I'm going to take up my crumpled paper and I'm going to put it on the ground about 1 ruler's length away. Remember, that's 12 inches. If you have a ruler, you can do that, okay? You can measure it out. And then I'm going to use my fingers like this to flick it and see if I can flick it through the goalpost. So you watch the goalpost and see if I do it. Oh, I couldn't flick it high enough. Okay. And guess what? This is going to take practice. You're going to have to try again and again to try to get it through the goalpost. It's not easy. You might find that some of your shapes work better than others, but don't give up. Just keep trying. And then let me know which one of your shapes worked best. Which one was most aerodynamic. Okay, bye guys.